Welcome back to the grind. The first 2 weeks of this season are coming to an end, which means the discounts are also about to end. Now, if you have seen any of my other videos about season structure and planning, you know that I always recommend going for the discount branches, or at least picking one of them to invest in as much as possible. Beyond that, you might want to plan out your season a little bit more and wait for other branches to show up so you know exactly what you need. I do want to take this video to break down the discount dragon, Gilas, the legendary fire hunter. Now, I have always been partial to hunters, so let's take a look at this spell set and discuss how you might fly him and if he might be worthwhile. First is Venomous, which is a passive yellow, or passive, so it is yellow, and the dragon has 75% increased breath damage. So just at the base, you don't have to use a spell, you don't have to use rage, you don't have to even worry about pushing the button at all. You have 75% increased breath damage, and that's going to help him have enough, or hopefully enough power to take out towers in a quick matter of time. Now, the next spell is Sandstorm, which is an active white, 1 rage spell. The dragon will fly 20% slower, so a little bit but not much, and dodge all non-beam attacks, and damage towers for 8% modified HP each second for 5 seconds. And it has a 5-second duration, but a 2-second cooldown. That's a very long duration and a very brief cooldown. And again, this is all non-beam attacks. That means that only things like the Storm Tower, the Dracul Pylon, and an ice turret can actually hit this dragon. And that means that you cannot break this with an ice flak, because the flak is a non-beam shot, so it will be dodged. So this is a very good spell and a very short cooldown, which is nice. It only costs 1 rage. Now the next is Quick Draw, which is an active white spell. It does not have a rage cost, so 0 rage is awesome. And the dragon reloads 50% ammo, but takes 5% max HP as damage. So you are going to sacrifice some health to get 50% your bar of ammo. But it only has a 2-second cooldown once again, which is nice. So you can reload your ammo quite frequently. And then the next spell is Distract, which is a active red 1 rage spell. The dragon damages nearby towers for 20% of its modified HP. And the dragon also restores 12% of its modified HP and becomes invincible for 2 seconds. The duration is 2 seconds, but the cooldown is 5 seconds. Now that's very interesting. So Distract has a 2-second duration, Sandstorm has a 2-second cooldown, Distract has a 5-second cooldown, and Sandstorm has a 5-second duration. So if you can time things perfectly, you can swap back and forth between these 2 spells. Now you are going to want to initiate with Sandstorm because it's white, but then if you can take out the red mage right away, as soon as that 5-second duration ends, you can go into your Distract spell, and that will last you 2 seconds, which is long enough to then have Sandstorm come back off cooldown. Now, it will take some precise timing, but once you get very comfortable with it, you can delay the activation of each of these spells by at least a fraction or half a second until the towers react and go to fire at you, which means that you have enough time to cycle these infinitely as long as you have enough rage. So that is going to be the kicker, because this dragon does not have a spell to give back rage. So you can do this cycle a couple times, maybe even 3 times for a long island, because the spells have such a long duration. You will be gaining rage during that time, so you can probably do it at least 3 times before you run out of rage, which is quite a long time. It's well over 15 seconds of time, almost 20 seconds actually. And so that's plenty of time to, take out all the towers, especially if you continue to use Quick Draw to cycle through. Now, you can use Quick Draw a couple times during Sandstorm because it's a 5-second duration, but then when you have to use Distract, you're only going to be able to activate Quick Draw 1 time, and that's going to be the tough transition because you're going to have to go from Sandstorm, you probably activate a Quick Draw, go into Distract, try to activate another Quick Draw, and quickly activate Sandstorm. That's going to be where the timing is going to be tight, and you might just want to leave Quick Draw out of that rotation at the point that you are using Distract. But this dragon has a very interesting kit, but also potentially very challenging and might take a lot of practice. But for a discount dragon, I think that this dragon is actually one that would be worthwhile, especially for those who are proficient with hunters. If this is going to be one of your first hunters, or maybe your first challenging dragon to fly, or you're new to the game, then maybe this one would be a bit harder to use optimally. But also, if you're new to the game, or you're new to flying hunters in general, and you're lower level, then you might still be able to manage, and maybe it would be a good one to start learning on at a lower level so that you can work on your skills and timing of spells. So once again, how I would fly this dragon is I would approach the island and I would unload as much ammo as I can from the corner. And as soon as the towers recognize me, then I would activate Sandstorm. And that gives me 5 seconds of downtime. As soon as I've unloaded my ammo and activated Sandstorm, I would activate Quick Draw and unload to destroy the red mage first. And then I would also focus on the ice flak after that. And during that sandstorm, like I said, you can do quick draw a couple times. So hopefully that means you're taking out 2 to 3 towers before sandstorm ends. Once sandstorm ends, you activate distract and continue to unload on the next tower that is of prioritization. And during that time, you can activate quick draw once. And once distract ends, you can actually go back into Sandstorm and have another 5 seconds of basically free time to unload on towers and use Quick Draw. Now, 5 seconds, it is a long time compared to many other spells, but when you're actually flying, it doesn't feel like that long. But that's the rotation that I would use. If you already have this dragon and have done some testing, let me know what your thoughts are. I would very much appreciate hearing that in the comment section below, and for others that they can look down and see how other people have done things and how it's worked for them. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.